What was a provincial plan to try and prevent new bike lanes from being built is now an effort, according to Premier Doug Ford, to try and pedal backwards and actually rip up the bike lanes like this that already exist.
By bringing sanity back to bike lane decisions, it isn't enough to keep an eye on future bike lanes.
Premier Doug Ford before a lunch crowd of more than 1,000 people, doubling down on the province's plan to do away with separated bike lanes. Earlier this week, the province announced it will introduce legislation to prevent future bike lanes in cities, if it means taking out other traffic lanes. The reveal today to start reversing course on what's already been put in place.
We need to and will remove and replace existing bike lanes on primary roads that are bringing traffic in our cities to an absolute standstill.
Transportation Minister Prabmeet Sarkaria had said the provinces would be asking municipalities for data on all bike lanes that had been installed in the last 5 years, claiming the numbers used until now may not have been complete. But no mention was made about removing any.
I've heard in the last couple of years there was a lot that were put in place when people weren't back at work or they weren't commuting as much. So we have to look at the impacts on small businesses. We have to look at the impact on gridlock.
The Association of Municipalities of Ontario released a policy update with its position, saying, quote, "It is unclear how the Ministry of Transportation will be in a better position than municipalities to make decisions about local transportation matters. Rather than micromanaging bike lanes, the Ministry of Transportation could focus on accelerating its own approval processes to help support new housing." Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie was on hand to hear those words from the Premier at the event and said Ford needs to hit the brakes.
Booze, bike lanes and tunnels, quite frankly. Certainly this is a municipal issue, better left in the purview of the municipal politicians. That is why we elect them. I'm not going to comment about it. He should stick to his lane and worry about the fact that Ontarians don't have access to health care.
Now, you heard the applause as the Premier was speaking at this event. However, the opposition voices over the last few days have continued to say the same thing, that cycling infrastructure is not a matter for the province while trying to tackle congestion. This is a matter for City Hall. Mark McAllister, City News.